Anthony, I'm very, very optimistic about what the Pies can do in 2025. They went out in the off-season and they got Dan Houston and Harry Perryman, two pretty big fish in the market. And I think what Dan Houston can do in particular from the back half of the ground is so important. We remember back to 2023 how Collingwood liked to play scoring from the back half. Houston sort of comes in and just plays that Nick Dacos role and allows them to have so much control and so much scoring power from the back half. From all reports, Craig McRae's doubled down on that and he wants to play Josh Dacos there as well. So having those two in tandem is going to be so important to get those scores throughout the season. If we scoot forward into the midfield, I think Ed Allen is sort of like a new signing for the Pies. It feels like a little bit. His impact in 2025 could be crucial, particularly when you've got those declining stars like Steele Sidebottom, Crisp, Pendlebury that are aging out a little bit. He can come in and just give a little bit more depth to this midfield. But the big one in there for me is Harry Perryman and the defensive role that he can play to sort of shore up what Nick Dacos and Jordan De Goey can do from an offensive point of view. He can just operate at the base of that midfield and sort of control the opposition's best players, which I think is going to be really important to help Dacos and De Goey do what they want to do. And then forward of the ball, I think it's just going to be about keeping McStay and Mychek fit, and then Membry is that third M. He comes in there as well, and I think he's going to be important for depth and sort of to be that third tall. He's going to get really high up the ground, and then it sort of takes some of the load off those other two. The small forwards, we know what they can do. Players like Elliott and Bobby Hill, they are going to absolutely dominate. I think overall, holistically for Collingwood, they've just got to make sure that they keep on top of the injuries to older players and also the decline of some of those stars, get a little bit of recycling, and I think they can compete for a premiership in 2025.
Hi Pies fans, my name is Sorrel. I'm from Red, White and Black Chat, a St Kilda podcast. 15 years ago, our two teams battled it out on the worst day of my life. I've still not recovered, and I don't even think you guys think about it because you've won so many premierships since then. So this year, I think we are also going to experience one of our great rivalry times. But this year, we're going to be battling it out for the top 8. Yeah, I think we're going to be 8th and you're going to be 9th. Also, can someone tell me what plantar fasciitis is?
The Maggies. Where are they going to finish? Well, you know what? In all honesty, I have the Magpies finishing top 4. Now, that carries a lot of weight when it's not only a pom, but also a blue bagger. Telling you, I really do like the acquisition of Dan Houston. I think that's going to really, really bring back a return to your flag-winning game style, particularly with that zip off the halfback. So I'm really excited to see how that formulates, and I think that will be a really, really solid acquisition. I do think your biggest performer is going to be Tim Membry, and the reason why I think he's one of the best forwards in the game at leading and creating space in behind, and seeing what Bobby Hill did for the Indigenous All-Stars really makes me think that Mychek and Membry are two of probably the best forwards in the game at bringing players into it. I think you could see Bobby Hill having a 50-plus goal year this year and an All-Australian. And my surprise packet for you guys is none other than Bobby Hill. I think Bobby Hill will take away a lot of the plaudits, and I think he will be a top 5 in the Coleman Medal. That's my hot prediction. Good luck for the rest of the year, and I suppose, because we're on a Pies channel, go Pies.
Hey guys, here's my take on Collingwood ahead of the 2025 AFL season. I think they're going to be between 5 and 10, to be honest. I am not sold on Collingwood as a top 4 contender right now. I think there are a number of teams ahead of them. I think, to be honest, I don't think that should be a surprise. I think with the list that they've got, they're in a win now sort of mindset. They've topped up with some experience with Tim Membry, with Dan Houston. Obviously, Nick Dacos is an absolute gun, and just having him means you're going to be winning a lot of games. But I think there are going to be... This is a year of, at their best, they're going to look really good, but also there's going to be some signs of inconsistency, and I think that was kind of shown in 2024 anyway, and I think it's going to be fairly similar in 2025. I'd still expect them to make finals, but I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if they were in a bracket of 5 to 10, fighting with other clubs to make the 8. But I still think they're going to be a very, very good outfit, and they're going to win their fair share of games at the MCG.
Hello, Anth, and your Pies Footy community. It's Terry here. Here to talk about how I think the Pies will go in 2025. Well, my perception of the Pies is that I think with the additions in the off-season and also having guys like Pendlebury and Sidebottom at this point in their career, it's a win now position. I think they're definitely a final side. On paper, in theory, a top 4 side, but I think there's probably 6 or 7 teams that feel the same. So I think the Pies will be playing finals footy, no question about it, in 2025. I think anything less than that would be a disaster, really, given the talent and the experience and the IQ in the side. And yeah, I wish you guys the best. Well, not really the best, but, you know, have a solid year and finish second to the Blues after the granny.
Hey Pies fans, it's Mons from Kanga TV here. If I had to pick how Collingwood will go for season 2025, unfortunately for myself and probably for most of the competition, I think they're in for a treat. You've got some key personnel who are coming back from injury, the likes of Tom Mitchell. Obviously Dan McStay did play a little bit at the end of last year, but hopefully a full run for him. You've got the addition of Dan Houston, you've got the addition of Harry Perryman. I think you're in for a treat. I think injuries will be kinder to you and you will probably have the fire in the belly to really give it one last crack before a host of senior veterans look to probably step down at the end of the year. So I'm tipping it's a go big or go home season for Collingwood. If I can ask one favour, just please don't give me a repeat of round 14 2024 and we'll be all sweet. Good luck.
Anthony, hopefully go well, mate. Thanks very much for getting me on the channel once again. The Pies in 2025, it's a very interesting team to look at. The oldest list heading into the new season, and that just off the bat simply means they have to have success and they can't afford any injuries like they had last year. But to be fair, alongside that, I just simply felt they were found out quite a bit with how they played. The loss of Nathan Murphy really showed defensively they just weren't as solid as the back six like they were 2 years ago now. And their drive just felt not as penetrating. But geez, they've acquired pretty well in those areas, bringing across Dan Houston, back-to-back All-Australian, think he's really going to succeed. I'm hearing they're going to be playing Josh Dacos at half-back love when he has ball in hand and he's really moving too. Nick Dacos, got to keep on rallying around him in the midfield. He's just a genuine superstar as well. And Harry Perryman, keen to see where he'll play, hearing he could float into the midfield a little bit as well. So yeah, they've just got to keep fully fit and they've got to really bring back that strong rebound game, which was looking like that could definitely be the case with Houston and Josh Dacos at half-back. So yeah, if they can keep injury-free, I think they can push for finals once again and perhaps contend and push on and win a final or two.
Hi guys, Woody from Wooden Spoon Data here. Yeah, Anthony's asked me to come on, say a couple of words about the Pies and how I think they might do this year. As a general, I've got them doing pretty well. I've got them in the 8. I've got them pretty high in the 8. I won't say too much more. I got my own video coming out with the exact numbers, so I'll keep it a little zip-lip. But I think you'll be pretty happy with things. I think it'll be a good year for the Pies, though I do hope the Saints do better. I don't think that'll be the case. Either way, have a good one, guys, and enjoy the rest of the year. Cheers.